You are watching Fox 10 News Now on Fox 10 Extra.
Back everyone here to News Now. You're taking a live look at downtown Phoenix there in the distance on this Wednesday. And I say it's Wednesday because I want to give you enough time. Remember, Sunday is Mother's Day, everyone, so be sure to get your flowers. And when you're talking about the flower industry, you got to think about, I mean, this is the big time for all the shops. And with this pandemic that we have been facing for the last couple of months, everything has been really turned upside down. So that's why we're joined right now by Fox's Stephanie Bennett with a story on just how they're all handling this as they try to ramp up.
Hey, Michael. Yeah, like you said, many businesses are struggling right now, especially the floral industry. They're dealing with some setbacks because of the coronavirus pandemic. But with Mother's Day coming up, they're hoping it's going to be the turning point for business, as it's typically their busiest time of the year.
A once budding business is now wilting day by day.
It costs more to do the same job we used to do.
The coronavirus pandemic uprooted the floral industry. It closed shops, disrupted supply chains, and canceled big event orders. At Mayfield Florist in Tucson, Arizona, Don Coleman has to rely on online sales.
We'll be at 70, 75% normal. I mean, losing weddings, losing the front of the store. Big impact, but again, we're seeing increases on our online.
Over in LA, event florist Allison Franchi lost all of her wedding and corporate sales.
From March 15th up until last week, every single event was completely canceled on the corporate side.
Instead of catering to big events, she's had to turn to social media and online sales, offering curbside pickup and delivery options.
Now you have to adapt to be flexible. So for Mother's Day, we're opening, we're very excited. We're doing no contact delivery and curbside pickup.
The lack of business is leaving farmers with too many flowers, forcing them to donate or dump them.
Full trucks got turned around and sent back to the farms. You know, we're a $400 million business. That's over the course of the year. So, you know, we've lost at least $100 million by now.
Other problems from overseas. He says 80% of the flowers come from other countries, but flight delays and cancellations have limited supplies, all just ahead of Mother's Day, typically the busiest time of year.
We're getting a lot more sales, and it's scary. I mean, are we going to have the product available? You know, are we going to have the staff available? You know, can we, pull this off?
Yeah, Stephanie, that was so interesting because I'm glad you were able to do that story. When when I go to the grocery store or something, just seeing the florist area, they have so many flowers, but during this pandemic, it was like people weren't just in the mood at all.
Exactly. I remember going this past whole month, and even in March, there was hardly any flowers. But as we get closer to Mother's Day, they're definitely stocking up a little bit more. It's important to shop local as well and support those local florists. Don says he's lost about $40,000 just in wedding sales alone. But with Mother's Day coming up, he's got about 500 deliveries each day this week leading up to Mother's Day Sunday. He says typically that's about 800 a day. So he's needing to hire more staff to help out.
Yeah, and Stephanie, it must be so different too for people that, you know, they're normally they like to go into the florist, get to actually see it. This time around, well, they have to rely on everything that they saw online then, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Florists are really heavily relying on online and also online brochures and also their social media pages to kind of spread the word and show what they have. They're also asking customers to be flexible because right now they can't get certain varieties of flowers or they can't get them as fast. Don was telling me he's even having trouble getting vases and things like that from China.
Yeah, this really showing that this pandemic is hitting all levels, all businesses. But at the end of the day, when someone does get that flowers or that flower arrangement, it really does put a bright spot definitely on what we're all dealing with. Stephanie Bennett, thanks so much for that update.
Thank you, Michael.
All right.